Welcome to Fireproof, a series that will help you survive the greatest pitfalls in life. And today's trap is gonna be betrayal. People think they're so slick when the only thing they are doing is betraying someone else who has been, nice to them, has been kind to them, has taken their time and given to them. But people are very jumpy, and they know when they are not getting any benefits from you specifically, they will betray you. They will have to cut you off. They will have to find a reason to stop the relationship that doesn't benefit as much anymore, right? This is Capitalism 101. You can't trust anyone. People are willing to betray everyone around themselves, even for just a little bit of money. And it makes no fucking sense, but that's just what happens to people. Some people like stealing. Some people like things that you don't like. But one thing is very common as well, is to abandon you, basically, the moment they found a social circle for themselves. Social circle means that if you have a social circle, then you get closer, you start crossing paths with the social circle. And even I, being in the social circle, should be able to enter this social circle freely. But usually people have to abandon me in order to enter the social circle. They have to make that ultimate betrayal sacrifice and pretend that they're a lone wolf, never had friends. They all made it by themselves. Whatever the fuck they learned, they learned it by themselves. They steal all your jokes. And they try to portray you as a bad guy, basically. The moment they do their betrayal social circle entrance, basically. Oh, he was always the bad guy. I'm the cool guy, actually. I unfortunately lived life, and I have been betrayed countless of times. So, it's time to talk about it. Currently, you're watching this video while I am being betrayed. Being betrayed by what? My own environment. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of noise. A lot of noise that is unblockable right now. Some kind of changes happening around me, and alright, cool. Hopefully it doesn't last 5 hours, but yeah, people are just constantly making changes right now, and it's noisy as fuck. And right now I feel betrayed because all I want is just peace and quiet and just do my thing right now. I don't want no I don't want no fucking Again, noise is something that if you're a smart person, you recognize as the demons are coming. The demons are spawning. If noise is deliberately evil, then it's holy shit dangerous. And the moment you reach your patience and you can call police or call help, then you will aim to do just that. You will aim to stop the noise and see if you can actually pull it off. Again, spawn the demons? Why do we use emergencies as noise, not just flashing lights? Because that is the easiest way for evil to spawn. For evil to be determined. Otherwise, it's peace and quiet, nothing is happening, and that's okay. Life doesn't have to be full speed, full throttle. So right now, even just my environment is trying to betray me. People are buying bikes. And what? I am not here to list the things people are buying, but they're buying dogs and children. All of that is noise. And now they're repairing things. Instead of building new things far away into a different place, building a new city, let this city rot in hell, basically, and let people just move into the new city. Instead, we just renew the houses. We're just buying that. What? What are we doing? We're just making more noise. What is going on? But bikes is where I draw the line with one of my friendships, because my friend was like, I know they make noise, ha 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 ha. I like bikes now. And I'm like, okay, I guess we can't be friends anymore. Also, I kind of want to punch you in the face, because that is a betrayal moment. But surely you're gonna do the nice thing and actually like apologize and just make things go smooth all of a sudden. And obviously he didn't. That was 1 month ago. Bro just left. You know? Bro never came back. Bro has to be found again to come back. Bro doesn't care about friendship anymore. Alright, get raped. Get raped, get fucked, get destroyed by all the migrants surrounding you. Just go away, bro. Go away in high fashion. Go straight to the hospital after this betrayal. Because now I have to like open the file again of like, can I stomach him liking bikes? Can I stomach that? No. No, I can't. He doesn't like my style of music. He's just wasting time playing video games. He doesn't watch content or make content on YouTube. So no real social media presence. And still has a woman in his life. And a good job. So there's everything is basically complete, 100% completed. So he's not going up. He's not improving himself. He doesn't have genuine opinions. Besides that, things don't work most of the time. And has more things than I do, so get the fuck out of here. You don't seem to be kind or share in any way. You don't seem to open up your social circle in any way. Get the fuck out of here. You can tell whether a person is kind if they open a social circle, if they tell you that, oh, there's this person over there, and this person likes that thing, and this person likes that. You can talk to this person. I have had one of the kindest people, but he's hanging out with a bunch of fucking degenerates, right? He has his own social circle that probably leeches him basically to death because he's so kind. So, kindness is not exactly what's going to save you from betrayal. It's just going to surround you with people who take advantage of you. That's it. End of the line, you know? It's not the end to just be kind because other people are not kind. That requires retaliation. You cannot just be all of a sudden nice to everyone. I know I can't when I'm being betrayed all the time. Kindness will no longer work. You need to build up resistance and you need to inspect a person or at least expect a betrayal. You just gotta expect. I think that one does immediately fix the issue. You have to expect that, yeah, friendship is probably not gonna last. Your friend is gonna tempt you with a bunch of crazy shit that you can't stand, that is not worthy for you. So all you have to calculate is what you get as a benefit and how much you get as a negative. You have to put that shit together and figure it out. If your friend freely adds negative stuff in his association list of associations, list of things he likes to do, if he wants, and he gives you very bare minimum of just like talking to you, that's still not good enough. Like, I'm sorry, bro. And even when I talk to him, it's still devil's advocate type of relationship. It's like, wow. It's easy for you to talk when you're a fucking devil's advocate, when you're just like the opposite of what I'm saying, when you just bring up whatever people believe in or whatever. If I bring up flat earth, he's gonna bring up resistance, you know, and just not believe it. It's like, okay. But at the same time, he's gonna appreciate the relationship he's having, and he's not gonna fucking scold me about it. He's just gonna disagree. Kindly disagree. And at some point, like, it doesn't make sense. I get nothing from him. I get just like a cheap mirror conversation style. And this is what all narcissists seems to have. It's like, you want a conversation? I can give you conversation. You're just not gonna like it. It's gonna be the lowest bar conversation imaginable. But yeah, I can give you conversation. Absolutely. Easy. You know? These narcissists, they will always give you something that is worth very fucking little, basically. And obviously, they will make sure to put less effort than you put in. Absolutely. Because every fucking capitalist is looking for profit. In the end of the day, you have to put in more effort for them to give you less, basically. But it grows exponentially, of course. You put in more and more efforts, and they give you less and less. This is just basically Capitalism 101 as well. Your profitability is not yours to profit with. You know, someone else decides how profitable you really are. Someone else is your bottleneck, basically. And we probably don't even know how profitable we actually are anymore nowadays, of how much work we really put in and how much we should get in return in terms of money. We don't know anymore. So yeah, while you're working your ass off, your friend is gonna offer you just like 10% returns of your actual labor. And that is not a good rate. You always have to find the magical unicorn that gives you more. Because at some point it's not worth it. Like, your effort is better spent anywhere else but having that guy as a friend. And again, bro notices of like, oh, I'm putting effort in this and that, right? It's like, if I put effort in Eurovision, it's like, oh, I can do it too. I can do spreadsheets and I can come up with what's my favorite song or whatever. And it's still cringe, basically. Especially knowing that I initialized the entire fucking idea in the first place. I slowly built it up, and without friendship, I don't think he has anything. I can completely enjoy our Eurovision all by myself because I genuinely care about this shit, while my friend probably just gonna flop and not gonna give a fuck anymore. You know? So it's like, I'm still carrying the full weight, full 100% commitment into this. Still looking for good music, still paying attention. And bro was like, oh, I like this one a lot. And just completely threw me off course of like, how should I feel about this? And I'm constantly questioning myself, how should I feel about this right now? When my bro is shoving this down my throat. When this is the worst thing our country sent into Eurovision. It doesn't even matter what they get in return. I know it's bad. And it is the worst performing thing. And like, we actually got embarrassed, at least in local level. And I'm all for it. I'm all for this being an embarrassment that my friend tried to fucking shove down my throat. So there's still a lot of resistance even when we're enjoying something, just where other people are competing. You would think we find objective reality somehow, where, you know, I'm mostly correct because I'm investigating this shit left and right, and this guy's just like, rage bait. Let's go rage bait, actually. Bro only cares about stuff that just is a lot of effort. He's calculating based on effort. So if I hate something, they still become more interesting to my friends. Regardless, right? Because I put so much effort. So they must be good. It's like, what? You're not listening, fucking moron. I hate them. What do you don't understand? Lower your pee-pee, okay? Respect people's frustrations. And that's what narcs can't handle. They don't understand hate of like, but someone is hating, but they're just putting effort. They're just putting effort. The hate does not destroy people. Hate does not kill people. Hate is just effort. Narcissists don't fucking understand that hatred can justify your crimes. You know, I can chop your leg off and be like, oh, you kind of deserve it. You were an asshole. You kind of deserve it. And people just like be like, yeah, makes sense. He only needs one leg in his life. That's what hatred is. You know? People don't understand hatred very well. They don't seem to understand because capitalism, right? If you hate something, then put effort, get more money, cut that shit off, go to the next thing. You know, buy yourself another Eurovision, basically. Build your own Eurovision if you hate it. It's like, fuck it, don't put effort here. That's cool, but this principle can only go so far. Maybe I can't build my own Eurovision. You know, maybe I can't just build my own country. You know, like, this bullshit type of capitalistic thinking of anything is possible just kind of pales in comparison to the fact that you can't just conjure up massive things out of your fucking ass. Some person, even in my comments saying of like, oh, but you didn't vote. The vote difference was like 3,000 votes. And I'm supposed to make the difference by voting. People with capitalistic thinking, they think everything is possible, but they ignore reality that there are things that are just incredibly difficult and haven't been done by a human being. Mr. Beast is trying to show what is possible by a human being if they get really lucky and they have support of millions of dollars. You know? Mr. Beast at least showing what is possible, and still it's very difficult to pull off crazy stuff. Even with everyone's backing, even with millions of dollars, it's still very difficult to build things. Even building something like YouTube Rewind. Mr. Beast just got rid of that idea of like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Bro can only make like 25 videos a year and that's it. That is his whole spiel. And half of those videos will consist of trapping a person for 100 days because I have so much money. What else am I supposed to do but indulge in slavery? Yeah, mark my words, at some point people will get rid of Mr. Beast because he's not even profitable enough. He's not even capable of getting the real good ideas. He's not capable of projecting his soul. Like, something is gonna start clogging up, and people can't even get anything beneficial from Mr. Beast. He's getting outcompeted by the rest of the competition, right? And it's no longer profitable to just be under his wing. People don't like him anymore. People got tired of Mr. Beast. Like, all those frustrations are growing. And you can't just ignore that shit of like, oh, haters. Get the fuck out of here. Frustrations keep on growing. There's a lot of things that you cannot change and cannot do and cannot influence in a significant amount. Those games you have to at least recognize that you fucking lose and you have had nothing you can do about it. Like, at least understand that something like democracy and politics and voting for two parties, there's nothing you can do about it. Your vote does not matter. It will never matter. You just have to choose a winning side, that's it. You're just buying a lottery ticket. You know? Your lottery ticket doesn't matter. It's not going to give you $1 million. But you can at least feel that you win something. That you still get something in return. Even when you're losing. When you're paying too much attention. At least be on a winning side, dude. Yeah, the greatest betrayal that people often talk about is a political betrayal. Is switching sides. And the funny thing is, a normal person would switch sides. A normal person would be like, okay, this side is no longer winning. I have to switch sides. That should happen Switching sides is not a betrayal moment. It's you trying to pick a winning side. Switching sides is the most natural thing and doesn't have to be explained to you. I don't want to feel like a fucking loser, you know? And often in drama, like right now we have iDubbbz uploading, right? Oh no, everyone is hating iDubbbz. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not siding with the mob. A mob does not have anything to offer to me. Mob never provided free YouTube videos, and now when they're trying to provide free YouTube videos, they look like this. What the fuck is this? I don't like this. Don't just randomly tear down a person's reputation just because it's somewhat moldable right now. Like, it's believable that iDubbbz is bad. So just because it's believable, people are gonna fucking gaslight, pee in everyone's mouths. Basically, get up on stage and pee in everyone's mouths and everyone is cheering. That's not free, that's pee. I don't fucking drink pee out of someone else's fucking body, bro. That's not my thing. So all these drama videos is literally pee that people actually pay attention to. It's unbelievable. And I can't wrap my head around it. So of course I'm not siding with you fucking idiots. I'm not siding with the mob. It's insane to do that. Just because you feel more powerful and you feel like creators actually appeal to the mob doesn't mean that those creators are actually powerful themselves, right? They're just pumping free content for you guys to ego boost yourselves as YouTube is going into a whole new phase, right? Or gonna collapse. Either or. Either YouTube is gonna collapse or YouTube is gonna evolve. There's no way around it. Yes, the mob feels powerful because they're pushing YouTube into a corner. Something has to change. But I will always side with the YouTubers because they still speak common sense. We still can find a solution with them, even if things get worse. The most frustrating people are people who go against common sense. You have to go against common sense in order to be rude and disgusting and go against just other people. The first thing you will try to fucking betray is your own common sense. And this is when I know you're betraying me as well. This is when you have to catch the betrayer. So this is a different type of person. We talked about narcissists. Let's talk about like drama trolls. People who use drama to propagate their own, basically, presence on the platform. Because that's what drama is used for, to amplify other people's voices instead of just the main character, right? We're trying to bring down the main character. But that does not mean the drama should just automatically be about going against the main character every single time. You know? That's not your fucking role. You defend your values and that's it. That's the only time you can actually feel that you have been, betrayed by the main character. Of like, the main character does not give a fuck about you. Because they betrayed your values. Then you know. But most people just like take the opportunity of like, I will be heard. I will pretend that someone trampled on my values and I will get so much views and attention. People just troll on the internet. They pretend that they give a fuck. But this is just a joke to them. It's just a joke and people fucking scoop that shit up right now. They love the trolls. What is the end of this? Well, every single YouTuber will feel betrayed by these trolls popping up, by their audiences, because they're spawning this shit out of their ass. The troll would be maybe this way. They seek more amusement than value. It's very amusing when big YouTuber falls down and hurts himself, right? When big YouTuber does not appeal to you anymore as much as they used to. Oh, I will find other people to pay attention to. But the real problem is that these trolls, they don't care about common sense. They bring down the common sense. So there's nothing relatable about them. There's nothing truthful about them. If you cannot trust someone, then trust me, guys. At some point you will be betrayed. At some point you will be trolled. And you will feel like, oh, you never cared about any of this. You're just taking profits, and that's it. You're just shoving sponsors, basically. This is how you lose your soul on YouTube. You know? Common sense would tell YouTubers that if you take the same sponsorship as everyone else is taking, you will feel annoying. You will feel like I've heard this before. NordVPN? Oh my fucking god, PewDiePie, shut up. Shut the fuck up, PewDiePie. Because sponsorships feel like trolls themselves, it does feel like, and trolls don't go after everyone, it does feel fair at the moment. But it's not going to be feeling fair for too long. Like, people who strip away common sense, they will find ways to break down anyone's reputation whenever they feel like it. They will find ways to just throw accusations and find dirt on anyone they like to throw dirt, right? Anyone they want to disqualify. The cancel games. And then after, it's not just common sense that's being betrayed. It's just like, eventually bad intentions show up and they start declaring war against a lot of things that you would like to have and maintain, not just tear down, basically, right? Although in the end of the day, these are the haters that narcissists talk about. These are the people who can't actually do anything. They're not doing much at all. They're just trying to put people into their side, but this is not gonna last anyways, because they're full of betrayal energy anyways, right? Everyone is in betrayal mode, essentially. Everyone is a fucking virus waiting to happen, right? There has to be 2 more types that I have survived, because anytime you survive one of these things, you go to the next one. You have to survive 4 types of betrayal to realize that most people cannot be trusted. Only then can you dismantle a bullshit relationship with you and a fucking internet troll, basically, and ignore them. But right now, internet trolls are this big. They slap someone else's face, and they become famous with someone else's face. That's the biggest troll fucking move, is to harvest your hatred, your frustration, which potentially doesn't even exist. Do you really hate this guy? Did he did something bad to you? Like, did he did something personal on you, or just give you free content? Like, think about it. You take a step back and, like, do you really need to waste time hating someone? Did you just made up your own frustration? Alright, let's put one more type of betrayal. Is alpha male betrayal. Alright? The idea is you're not good enough. That you have a skill issue. This would be one of those moments where I'm just like losing subscribers and can't get any viewership going on. I can see it. You know, maybe people don't click on long videos anymore. And YouTube barely tolerates that shit, and only drama survives in such altitude. Everyone is running a podcast, everyone is trying to explain something, and AI is making a lot of heads turn as well into something else. But just because less people watch me, just because people don't interact with me on Discord, doesn't mean that's a fucking skill issue. Just because I can't find a girlfriend, a good job, all the fucking capitalistic things, that's not a skill issue. That's not just alpha male mentality that's gonna save me. You know? I literally running max stats episodes. And guess what? People don't give a fuck about that. If you don't care about self-improvement, If that's not your thing, there's no skill issue. We literally don't even talk about this shit. People don't even care about improving themselves. Because the most fundamental part about self-improvement is to prove that you give a fuck, right? Prove that you watched the episode and that you learned something at least, or never learned anything because you're so alpha. You know, you already knew all the insights that I was about to tell you. You can only act alpha when not only you have things, but you can teach other people how to have things. And unfortunately, in every single circumstance, it's like, sign up to this course over there, just give me money. And it's like, oh, I guess that's how you did it in the first place. You had a lot of money, didn't you? You know, money's the ultimate cheat code, and alpha males spawn in telling you that, but it doesn't fucking mean anything. I don't care. So this is kind of like a water type personalities, which are like alpha male oriented. These are earth type element. And these are like the impossibles. Mr. Impossible shows up basically. No, technically this one is also like Mr. Impossible. This is the like the narcissistic, capitalistic minded person who just wants profits. So let's call it this way, right? Profit minded relationship that will get betrayed. And then there's politics, right? I think that one is the fourth one. And politics, drama, is that the same thing though? Maybe it's not politics. Maybe the fourth type is different. I'll figure it out, because there's a lot of betrayal going on in life. You just have to catch it all. So there's technically your parental betrayal. Your parents can betray you. I think this one hurts the most. I was just like, they give you nothing. You realize that your parents betrayed you. And they have all the power to apologize and turn things into a right direction and not be babies, basically, but they didn't do it. Even having me as their only child, they still don't give a fuck enough to even deserve that much. You know? To own a child in the first place. They own a killer. I'm not their child. I'm here to kill them if they step out of line. I'm here to take any advantage I can out of my parents if they step out of line. If they say something stupid, if they start drama, I will win that drama and tear them into pieces. Anytime. And they must understand that by now. You know, they calm down, but they're still not on my side. They're still in betrayal mode. And a parent being in a betrayal mode is just betrayal. You know? For as long as they want to be in betrayal mode, for as long as they're switching against you and they're not beneficial, they're just benefiting from you instead, they're in betrayal mode. And it's fucking scary, bro. Of like, you never know, they will spark their drama. They hold on to their own valuable thing, basically. They're preying on you, basically. Whenever you will accept a challenge. So yeah, those are the four types. I don't think I have to dive into alpha bullshit too much. Skill issue is just like their favorite description of what's going on in life. And it's not really that everything is possible, but that you are a loser, you know? They see you as a loser and they're just like, it's a skill issue, you're actually a loser. But I can teach you. They pretend to also teach you, you know? And the betrayal happens when they just want your money. They will chase down losers just to, take advantage of them. To try and boost their self-esteem, but they just want your money. In other words, they say skill issue not in a mean way, like these guys do, right? There's technically a different type. But it's the narcissist who want profit. They will say skill issue, don't worry about it, just work harder, just put more effort. They will say skill issue because they want more effort out of you, and these will say skill issue because you have to listen to me And let me teach you how it's actually done, but can you please pay me first? So you can tell there's two types of betrayals. They either project skill issue or they side against you. So we discussed that these ones are on the skill issue side, and these ones, they will side against you. And technically, a lot of people can project to be your parents and to stop giving you a fuck. Stop giving a fuck about you. Your parents can show up in like a workplace, right? People who's supposed to tell you what to do, but they don't give a fuck about telling you what to do and exactly how to do it, right? And all of a sudden, okay, how am I supposed to do my job again, right? And I lost a few jobs because of that, because people were just bad parents. It's so terrifying. But they will never side with you. They will never try to understand your side of what actually happens. They will just think you're the problem, you know, that you cannot be sided with. Same goes here, like, these trolls will never side with you. They love misery. They benefit from misery. They're consumed by misery of other people. They will never stop. There's no moral boundary that they're able to cross and to be able to, like, stop themselves. You know, unless someone starts dying, unless there's, like, genuine evil happening. They will never stop their immoral crusade. The reason why they're able to do that is because everyone has a voice. Everyone can voice their opinions. Everyone can point a finger and say, oh, I don't like that. And it's just like they're abusing that system of freedom. But in return, they get nothing. In actuality, money and attention means nothing. When the only thing you are doing is becoming a virus and surviving. And the moment people see you as a threat, you will no longer survive. They will cut you off. Your side is weak. And most people would be eliminated. So let's talk about the other three types of elimination of this pathetic betrayal type of creatures. They are viruses. They drain your energy. They waste your resources and they expect more from you. Yeah, your parents cannot possibly prey on you forever. At some point they will die. They even dare to say that to me. As like, I need this self-defense. I need this information of like, you will die. Parents will die eventually. They will get old and die. And it's like, but you will get old first. You will get old and you will have to succumb to your own weaknesses, to succumb to your own fucking drama and negligence, and you will ask for more and more help, basically. Because you're getting old. And you have nowhere to go. No one to trust. You know? And you will come to me because I'm a trustworthy person. So who's gonna win the fucking long game, actually? Right? You're just playing the fucking long game with these motherfuckers. You're playing the staring game of like, let's see who gets crippled first. Your parents actually dare to play the betrayal move. They will play into their old age and they will face death first. And it's like, okay, I'll take that one. Unless they do something really stupid, you're gonna be winning this game very easily, right? And again, without moral compass, these people will just become insane. And you'll be able to now tell, based on their tentacles, based on their influence on the platform, of who you shouldn't trust. If people watch this type of content, you don't trust those type of people anyways, anymore. Now it's very easy because of these fucking tentacle monsters, these drama tubers. It's so easy to tell who you can trust and who you should avoid. It's just that simple. Now, I am personally disgusted by the amount of sludge that people are producing, but they just can't help themselves. You know? Because they're trolls, they will look at you and everything you're doing is wrong. Everything you're doing is, what a fucking loser! Oh my god, he did that? That's crazy. There's no moral boundaries. There's no common sense that will stop them and switch their side. You know, they're full throttling one side of politics and they don't give a fuck about anything else. When they side against you, these trolls will never change their minds. But at some point, they will be left behind because they're becoming extreme. They're growing out of proportion to what they can fucking handle. Their ego starts showing up. And even iDubbbz himself is saying in this recent video that these people have no morality. And he's completely correct. He's 100% correct. He's on the right track to fucking dismantle that shit all by himself. Now, yeah, the price to pay betrayal. Well, you have to pay them efforts, and they give you some scraps in return because they're fucking diva-moded, basically. They are 10 times better than you, so you only deserve 1/10 of the attention that they can possibly give. And you definitely don't belong in their social circles. Anytime you feel that there's a diva above you, at any time, there's someone pretending to be equal to you or above you, like, that's a questionable move. And then you start calculating the profits you're getting from that relationship. Are they actually contributing, or are they just wasting your time? In my case, things got really out of hand when I'm like, oh, so you don't use TikTok, you just trust whatever sources you can find, whatever news media fucking feeds you, and so you don't trust TikTok. I wonder why. But then anytime I source myself as TikTok, it's like he will not trust it. That's not good enough for him. He's not gonna double check my source with his source, even though he can easily find the same fucking information. I have to fucking sugarcoat everything and feed it to him slowly. He's a fucking needy child, basically. That's when the diva moment happens. If you feel like you're in a needy child relationship where the other person needs all the context, all the information, to ask what, gives you all these question marks, you have to explain everything to them. Yeah. And they will take no responsibility because they're a child. They can't take care of you. They will never grow up. You know? There's no timeline where the fucking dude grows up and becomes fucking useful, gives return on investment, not just like keeps doubling down on things that will never benefit our relationship. Every child wants to escape mother's basement and run away, so they never have to take care of their parents. Okay, that's weird. Just get fucking mad on your parents and run away. What a fucking wonderful child we have here. And what is the failure story of these people? They're technically fake, first of all. Right? They're technically on the same level as you are. They're figuring things out. Just some of them become more successful than others, right? Usually the most alpha male thing is not to encourage to do something, but to discourage. Like things like porn. Things like, oh, wake up in a very early morning. 5 a.m. in the morning, wake up. So you are destroying your sleep and you're destroying your attraction to women. How the fuck are you gonna attract any women if when you're not attracted to women anymore? How are you gonna have energy when you're forcing yourself to wake up early? None of that shit is gonna help you. This is the like alpha male self-destruction guide, basically. So these people are insane, and they are actually creating losers around them. They're building a circle of losers, and they will always be weak until challenged. You know, those alpha males, they're just bubbles waiting to be popped. I say, like, this is happening all over TikTok. People sound smart until they don't. People sound respectable until they don't. Until they run out of time. TikTok. This is the most amazing name for the platform because everyone runs out of time. Everyone runs out of reputation. It's a very different type of platform than YouTube, where YouTube you just build reputation, and sometimes your reputation just falls apart, like a Lego build. On TikTok, your reputations run out of time. You no longer can convince anyone at some point that you're spreading the truth. For me, it only takes one wrong step, and again, you're eventually gonna hit that wrong step. You're gonna make that one mistake. You're gonna turn yourself into a loser just by saying no to porn, no to incels, no to whatever, right? That I associate greatly. You eventually gonna take that red pill and fucking go boom. And end of story, basically. Because what I believe in greatly, and I'm a moral person, you shouldn't just be saying no to that. You shouldn't just go against it. You shouldn't think of it as like a tool for you to use and not be a loser, basically. Okay, I don't know if I said it makes sense, but basically, if I believe in this, and you just abandon it, and you spit against it, and you go against it, you're wasting time. You're the loser here. You're the one that can't appreciate what women are providing to society. You're the one torturing yourself. You're the one skipping breakfast. You're the one caring too much and sweating over something that is not going to benefit you anyways. And then you spread the disease around yourself as well. Spread the disease. I'm sorry then. So they fall apart in the most spectacular fashion. They just pop. They just disappear. These people, these most of the time influencer types, they're just gone. Or they can't even be deplatformed, as in case with Andrew Tate, right? Like they're so outrageous that their clock runs real fast, and they get deplatformed immediately because they just overstay their welcome so fast. So that's it. Those are the types of betrayals that's gonna happen in your life. Of course, I don't mean bikes. I mean motorbikes. I mean the very noisy types. And my friend was just like, it's okay. It's okay for me. It doesn't change anything for me. And it's like, if I associate you with motorbikes, I will be fucking mad for the rest of my life. So I take it. I'm taking that shit. Be mad for the rest of my life at you? Cool. That's a good thing. Because at least there's like genuine certainty. If you're not certain that someone is betraying you, the best thing you can do is make it certain. Just take the certainty, right? When someone steps on your values, even one time on TikTok, just take the certainty that these people are losers, basically. Because you're only just cutting off an alpha male that tells you that you're the loser. You know, so any opportunity you have to flip the script, fucking take it. Again, these type of like drama trolls, they never had their own face on a thumbnail. They never fucking show their own face properly. They cannot build reputation of any kind because they're not using their own content and they're not using it in a positive manner either. So in terms of like understanding YouTube, these two things are kind of like closely social media related, but these things are not. We have to fix that and finish the video. Most of the time you have to understand that most people are children. Most people in a comment section are goddamn children, and they do not benefit you much at all. They actually even dare to nag and demand you to upload a certain type of thing, answer to a certain type of thing, or even straight out say to you that your video sucks and isn't good enough for them. Yeah, you don't feed the trolls because they keep... But at some point, when every single movie you make feeds the trolls, there's nothing you can do but, you know, try to feed them something that sounds like a punch. The parent type of YouTube interaction is technically every fucking YouTuber that ever existed. They don't exist. They don't like interacting with you because they're better than you. But unfortunately, you just can't tell. Again, these are every YouTuber who has more subscribers than you and will never talk to you. But you cannot tell if someone is better than you without direct confrontation, without drama between you and them. You can't tell if someone is better than you unless you go toe to toe just to see who gets to make something better piece of content in 24 hours or something. If you genuinely go into a game jam or something like that, and then you understand how good you actually are. Unless the game jam is sort of rigged to never actually show your true potential, it's very restricted. You can try again next year, you know? Shouldn't stop you. One fumble, one miss, shouldn't stop you from fucking rematch. So yeah, when it comes to parenting, don't trust the fact that you're just abandoned and you're not being taken care of, and that YouTubers are just automatically better than you because they don't parent or explain anything about YouTube and they don't help you in any way. Don't trust those people unless they put face to face to challenge you directly. And then you can be humbled properly, but otherwise, that shit doesn't matter. So now I explained it everything in YouTube terms as well. It sucks, but that's life, my friends. You will leave behind a lot of people just when you're doing self-improvement. People might just turn into children. People might turn into these alpha creatures who feel that they're better than you in some kind of capacity, but not really. They will feel like drama waiting to happen, some kind of virus that you probably don't want to touch because something bad is going to happen to you. Or in the end of the day, they're just people who live an interesting life, but they offer you nothing. They offer you absolutely nothing. I have this betrayal moment right now when it comes to like apartment leader. And she's treating me like I'm a fucking loser, basically. And I imagine she's being treated the same fucking way, like a loser. Because this is what happens. The funny thing about parent relationship, this is what's happening in Hearthstone. There's literally a guy who I personally don't like. But the same guy is complaining about the same exact problem of Blizzard doesn't actually listen to me. So he's having exact same relationship. Mathematically, you would just like put a line behind these things. And it's like, it's the same thing. Mr. Zeddy Boy is ignoring me. And he's being same exact way ignored by Blizzard. And he's questioning like, what's going on? You're the problem. In both directions, it's the same relationship. The way you treat others is the way you're being treated. That's it. So a lot of these kind of parent betrayal moments happen the same exact way. They're questioning themselves like, why am I betrayed by my parents? That means I have to do the same thing to my child. And it's like, no, you're just a fool. You shouldn't be betrayed by your parents. You should fight for that. Harder. You know? But most importantly, you have to fix this relationship first, because this is your simulation. This is where you can freely do it. You cannot do this anymore until you learn to do this. If you are higher than someone else, if people expect you to do better, then you can't use this as a simulation anymore. People will not respect you if you just taint their relationship. If you just throw bricks at Blizzard when you can discuss the issues with your audience. When your audience doesn't trust you either, you know, then Blizzard cannot trust you either. What do you expect, right? If audience turns against you, Blizzard can't trust you. I'm sorry, bro. The company that houses your favorite game does not trust you anymore because you do not have audience approval. You have to win that first. And so people like that fall apart because they're just stuck in this like impossible puzzle basically for them. It's impossible. For me it's fucking laughable because the things that this guy's complaining about is happening to me if I would try to reach out to Zeddy and change his opinions and improve his perspective on the game. Same is happening to him, right? It's like the ultimate irony. That's what it is. The ultimate irony. Or even potentially like instant karma. This is literally instant karma because parents are also already old enough. They already made it to the top. But the moment you betray your audience is the moment you will be betrayed as well. There's no exceptions to this. Like, this is very serious shit we're dealing with. So don't worry. Absolutely. People who betrayed you, they will get their share of problems eventually, right? My friend is living in UK and that's all you need to know. He will have problems. Problems will grow on him, and unfortunately, I'm not gonna be there to help him unless he crawls back to me. You know, just in case. You just gotta do it just in case. But if he feels like he can just buy motorbikes, buy into this whole fucking thing, and risk his life in it, get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm not paying for that. I'm not gonna pay attention to that when you break your fucking neck. You know, I'm not gonna go to your funeral. Get the fuck out of here. I don't feel sorry for you, unfortunately, anymore. The moment these people are flammable, they will be set on fire. You know, you will see some wildfires on YouTube. The moment we can set trolls on fire and we can shame them massively. One way or the other, it's gonna happen. We will find, as our social bubble, as the flag that I'm waving, myself as a flag, I'm waving myself, guys. We will make it past these alpha pieces of shit easily. I'm telling you guys, I see them fall faster than you have fingers on your hands to count all of these falls across just a couple of months, you know? Just Dead Mouse drama should have opened your eyes to the possibility of, you know, a Disney type of fireworks feeling of, there is no sudden success that people can achieve. All of that is temporary. Eventually it runs out. People will get bored and toss them into trash, right? And most importantly, they can make a mistake. A life-crippling, career-crippling mistake. While with these guys, you don't have to worry about these guys at all because they get instant karma. They get instant consequences for their stupid actions. Yes, they have backup. They have more stuff than you do. But they are not happy either, you know? Your parents are not happy either about their life, even though they have more. And why is that, you know? Why can't they be happy even though they have more? That's crazy. And you just have to pray for them, you know? They will fall apart. There's nowhere else to go. There's no up anymore. They will not go up. They just stay in their place and slowly decay. And you're just gonna be a witness, right, of their old age consuming them. Every betrayal goes on a list. And you keep track of this list of what actually happened to these people. That is, if you even have time for pieces of shit like this. You know, if they're lucky enough to live that long. To even tickle you with their downfalls. Anyways, but yeah, eventually it's gonna happen. Eventually they bought a ticket to their own downfall ceremony, and we're just sitting there waiting. All right, like, you cannot be a nice person, so let's see what happens to bad people. You know, you bought a ticket for that whole event. You know, like, you're not trying to be nice. You're not trying to change your mind. You popped your bubble. You popped my trust. How about we just wait and see what happens to evil people? And it should happen to you, to be honest. The only other question you might have is like, are you the bad guy at any moment? And it's like, if you haven't betrayed anyone, I didn't get out of my way to betray anyone. You know? I'm not a parent. I'm not a child. I'm not alpha. I haven't taken a single fucking dollar from anyone. Besides in workplaces. So I'm not alpha in any way. And I'm definitely not fucking spamming drama videos, trying to laugh at everyone's misery. I'm not doing none of these things. Right? I'm not betraying anyone. So if you're not betraying anyone, that's it. You're clean. Any other betrayal is gonna shine from far, far away and invite itself to be, you know, have a happy ending. This video had a happy ending. Thank you guys for watching. Now you know how to fight back. Now you know how to identify these things. Let's go, baby.